Hello, my name's Sally and I went to Saltash Community School. Um, Probably like some of you, when I was in school and when I finished, I had no idea what I wanted to do as a career. Um, I decided to pick my GCSEs and my A levels based on subjects that I enjoyed because I figured I'd get better grades in those. And I was mostly right. And it still left me with the question of what on earth can I do as a job? And I felt a lot of pressure from people, especially family friends and my parents who were both teachers, and all their friends were teachers, and my other family were teachers. And I knew I didn't want to be a teacher, but I didn't know what else there was. So I don't know if they still do it now, but we had this questionnaire and it was like 100 questions and it was really annoying. And you answer all these questions, and I was really excited to find the results, see what the computer says that I should do when I'm older, because I don't know, so somebody else must know. Um, but the results came back as either a librarian or a fence erector. So two very different things here, neither of which I really wanted to do. And so I was back to square one and pretty frustrated. I like doing art, bit rubbish at science, bit rubbish at maths, quite arty, but I want to make money. I wanted to make some money. So I went along with the school trip to Cardiff Uni, it was. I went shopping. I didn't want to go to uni. I thought, nah, it's not for me. What would I study? I don't know what I want to do. Um, but everybody was doing something, so I decided, oh, I'll just do an art foundation course at the art college in Plymouth. Okay, tick that box, put that decision, done it, good. A few weeks before the course started, I decided I don't want to do this. I was just doing this to tick a box, really. Um, and just to keep everyone off my back, asking me, what am I going to do? And I decided I needed more time. So I went and worked as a lifeguard at the China Fleet Club, which I thoroughly enjoyed, earning a bit of money for a year and having a bit more time to think about what I want to do. And the decision for me was to go and study English language, and I ended up at Cardiff University. I did visit other people and other universities, but this was the one for me. And I went along, and I actually had the best 3 years that I've had in a long time. It was absolutely fantastic, and I really enjoyed it. Got really involved in lots of different things with my students' union and sports and all sorts. But I still left not knowing, what do I want to do? So I basically took the first job that I could get my hands on, which was a brilliant job as working in the criminal solicitors in Plymouth. And I mean, I was fascinated by crime, so, this was great. But I just could not be back in Saltash. The pay wasn't very good. I wanted to earn more. I was ambitious. I wanted to move out of town. I'd been at university and had my freedom, and I found myself back at home with my mum and dad. So I thought, oh, I don't think I want to be a solicitor. It's too scary. No. And I ended up moving away and working for a marketing agency that worked with students' unions, which was fantastic because I knew all about them. And then the penny struck. I realised I could actually do many different jobs, because what was more important for me was my skill set. And my skill set was being really organised, communicating with people, and building relationships. And those three things, I realised I could work in all different areas. So I actually went and worked for a different marketing agency, trying to work my way up the ladder, and I hated it. I hated just the company that I was working for, I didn't enjoy it at all. And then I ended up working at a police station. And I thought, what am I doing? I am 25. I don't know what I want to do. But somebody contacted me on LinkedIn, and I had an interview for a job to work for a company that makes games, mugs, gifts, toys. We're called Ginger Fox, and they make we make things like Taskmaster board game and card games like The Chase, and we make our own things too. And this was the perfect job for me because it's speaking to people, trying to get them to buy things, but building relationships. And really, it's utilizing all of my skills that I've picked up along the way and developed. And I feel like I could move from this industry to another industry very easily, just with my skill set. So my current job, I'm the sales and marketing manager. I'm very fortunate. I get to go to America twice a year, to go to different trade shows. And it's very much like if you've seen The Apprentice, but less intimidating. So we sell to people like John Lewis, Waterstones, Debenhams. I can have an idea for a board game one day and then go into work the next day and say, what about this? And then people will say, yeah, that's brilliant, or no, Sally, that's rubbish. But the brilliant thing is I get to bring in all of those skills that I have and the things that I enjoy, which is the creative side and the speaking with people. So I think really what I've learned is that you don't need to decide, oh yes, I want to do this or I want to do that. But if you follow your heart and you know what you will enjoy, you're much more likely to find a job that you enjoy. And that's so important because, well, we do jobs for a long time, but you don't necessarily need to choose something right now that you can see yourself doing in 20 years. I think as long as you're following your heart and doing something that you want to do and that you actually think will make you happy. You know, if you like working outside, there's loads of jobs where you can work outside. You don't have to think, oh yes, I want to be that fence erector. You know, I never thought, oh yes, I'll be that librarian just because somebody suggested it. And even now, you know, if I decide I don't like doing this next year, I'll have a look and I'll work on my CV and my skills, and I'll look for something else because it's too short to be. Life's too short to be, you know, sticking with one thing and just going with it if you're miserable. So if I could give you any advice, it would be see what makes you happy, see what you're good at, and try and just find things that you never thought, you know, find jobs that you never knew existed. Have a look online, speak to different people outside your normal circle, and yeah, just make sure you do something that keeps you happy.